Welcome back to Trinity Baptist College, and we are just a couple of moments away from Game 2 of this regular season home ender for Trinity Baptist College. A doubleheader with Southeastern University, the Fire, the number 3 NAIE team in the country. They did win Game 1, but Trinity Baptist College, after falling behind 6-0, came back to score 2, then fell behind 8-2, rallied for 4 runs, but unfortunately for the Eagles, John Jager was able to close the door in the 7th, so Southeastern wins Game 1 8-6. All set to enjoy Game 2, but not too much though, because the Eagles looking to even up this doubleheader. Leading off for Southeastern, batting first, third baseman Luis Diaz. Kanalu Patoy will bat second. He's playing second base. Mike Diacunte will go from behind the plate over to first base, but he will bat third. Designated hitter Gerald Ceballos will bat fourth. Marcus Guzman in center field. He's batting fifth. Right fielder, number 25, Luke Mayer, will bat sixth. This will be his first appearance this afternoon and evening. Shortstop Dejan Suber moving from second base over to the left side of the infield. He is batting seventh. Jaden Garcia returning to left field. He will bat eighth. And a new man behind the plate, catcher Colby Wade. He will bat ninth. For the Trinity Baptist College Eagles, Gabby Pedraza leading off. He is in right field. John Shiver in center will hit second. TJ Lanning will bat third. He is in left field once again. Richard Ruth, who had a 2-run homer in Game 1, he will once again serve as the DH and the cleanup hitter. Jeremy Rivera bats fifth. He is at first base. Kevin Rivera batting sixth, playing second. Jacob Belina moves up a spot. He will bat seventh and man the hot corner. Sean Moose, whom we saw end the game on the mound for the Eagles, he will play shortstop in Game 2, and he will bat eighth. And David Hall again behind the plate. He will bat ninth. The starting pitcher for Trinity Baptist College, number 15, Jace Fouché. We'll see him take the mound in just a moment. Fouché is a sophomore out of Interlochen High School down in Putnam County here in the state of Florida. Right-hand pitcher, also plays a little infield and outfield for the Eagles. He will be opposed by senior Josh Eggert. And Eggert coming into today's ball game with 1 win, no losses, a 1.93 ERA. He has made 5 appearances so far. This will be number 6, and his second game he will have started. 9 1/3 total innings, 2 earned runs, 5 walks, and 11 strikeouts. There you see the Eagles taking the field, and sophomore Jace Fouché on the mound, getting ready to start things off here in game number 2. Fouché made an appearance in that doubleheader Saturday afternoon at Edward Waters College. Pitched an inning, retired 2 batters that he faced, but he was on the mound when there was a caught stealing as well. So a scoreless outing in 1 inning for Jace Fouché Saturday. Ed Waters won Game 1 1-0, but the Eagles came back and took the nightcap 5-0 behind the excellent pitching of John Shiver. Read about John and his award for this week, the NCCAA Baseball Player of the Week. And the junior Shiver out of Middleburg, Florida, takes home that honor. He went 5 innings against Ed Waters, 5 shutout innings, gave up only a leadoff single, and he retired 10 men in a row at one point. He's played center field all afternoon, and he's going to do it again here in the nightcap. So congratulations to John Shiver, the Student Athlete of the Week in the baseball division of the National Christian College Athletic Association for this past week. Fouché finishing up his warm-up tosses, and Game 2 just about ready to get underway. This is the last regular season home game for the Eagles and our final broadcast of the 2016-17 school year for Trinity Baptist College Athletics. We want to thank head coach John Copeland Athletic Director and Head Basketball Coach John Jones. Patrick Milligan and Coach Copeland are the Assistant Athletic Directors. Tatch Bolliard, a Game Day Coordinator, and a plethora of scorekeepers and statisticians have helped us out all year long. Dean Bureau, the main cameraman, among a few others early on in the school year. Just giving thanks to all those involved. Apologize if I've missed anybody, but everyone who's been out here at the ballpark working in some capacity has been a very important part of our broadcasts and TBC athletics. We, of course, want to thank everyone who's made it in attendance and all of you watching on live stream through tbceagles.com. If you don't watch, there's no reason to do this. So thank you, everyone. It's been a fantastic school year, both in the classroom and on the athletic fields. Luis Diaz leading things off, facing Jace Fouché, who is ready with the first pitch. And strike one is called. Jace Fouché on the mound. And a breaking ball is lifted high near the first base bag. Jeremy Rivera is there to make the play, and there's one away. So Jace gets the first man he faces. Diaz had himself a terrific first game, 3 hits, including a triple, and a couple of cat and mouse games in which he successfully escaped 2 rundowns. Canalo Patoy, the second baseman, coming in from right field in the first game, and he chops the first one, and it bounces foul. No balls and a strike. Patoy didn't have a hit, but he reached and scored twice in first game of the afternoon. Southeastern University now 39-7 on the season. Looking to win number 40, but it's all right to them. We'd rather see them get that against Weber International as Trinity tries to even up this doubleheader. This pitch is outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Fastball misses just a little bit low. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 on the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fuchsia got the first man to pop up, and he's at 2-2 on Patoy. And a pitch, a breaking ball lifted into shallow left field. That's going to get down inside the triangle among Shiver, Lanning, and Alexo. So a base hit for Patoy gives the Fire runner at first. 1 man out. Not hit all that hard, but perfectly placed. And Patoy has his first hit of the day. Mike Diacunte at the plate. He played catcher in game 1. He's at first base now. He had only 1 hit in game 1, but that was a 3-run home run. Fouché ahead 1-2. And a pitch outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Toy with a moderate lead at first, but he's getting a good secondary jump. David Hall threw out a runner stealing third in the first game, and this one is fouled straight back. That was a big rip by the first baseman. Two balls, 2 strikes. About 80 degrees here as the sun continues to set and the wind blowing in, averaging about 10 miles an hour, gusting up 15, closer to 20 at times, straight in from center field. And a breaking ball just misses 3 balls, 2 strikes. And with Patoy, pretty good speed at first. We'll see if he is in motion on this payoff pitch. Runners going, swing, and a foul back off of David Hall. So Kanalu Patoy was off, but he's going to return, and we'll see if he's going once again. Three, 2, 1 out. Game 2 just underway, top of the first. 2 batters in. We're in the middle of hitter number 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners going. A high fly ball towards left center. Lanning drifts over, camps under it, makes the catch, and Patoy will retreat to first base. So 2 outs as the DH, Gerald Ceballos, steps up. Ceballos was 0 for 3, but he reached base on hit batsman and an error, scored a run in game number 1. 2 outs, runner at first. And Ceballos digging in, he is ready. Jeremy Rivera holding the runner at first. And the first pitch downstairs, ball 1. Eagles fell behind early in game 1, but they fought back and made it a close one. 8-6 final score. Breaking ball misses down. 2 balls, no strikes. Fuchsia with the pitch. It is slapped foul. Well hit, but out of play. 2 balls and a strike. Conquerors varsity softball fell 1-0 to Oakleaf High School this afternoon. Conquerors 16-6 on the season. They're going to take the home field for the last time this Thursday night against Columbia High School. If you like good varsity softball, check us out on tcajax.org's live stream. 2 fantastic teams going at it this Thursday night. After tonight, home schedule is over for the Eagles. They will head to Voorhees College next Friday. A single game on Friday at 1 p.m. and a doubleheader on Saturday also at 1. 2-1, the throw to first is close, but Patoy is back. Southeastern will host Weber International for 3 following tonight's ball game. They'll return to Jacksonville next Wednesday for a doubleheader at Edward Waters College at J.P. Small Memorial Ballpark downtown. This fastball is in there for strike 2. Patoy bluffed. Hall was up and ready. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a pitch in the dirt. And runner goes. That'll be a stolen base for Patoy. Got a comment from a viewer all the way out in San Diego, California, thanking us for bringing the games. If I'm not mistaken, that might be the father of pitcher Sean Moose, who's playing shortstop now. Got to the mound earlier this afternoon. So thank you, Mr. Moose, for tuning in. We're glad we're able to bring you these games. Breaking ball inside and hits the batter. So the Fire have 2 men aboard, 2 men out. Marcus Guzman coming up, center fielder in game number 1. Had a double and a single in addition to a walk, so 3 out of 4. So hello to you out there in Southern California. Two on, two out. Guzman digging in. First pitch. Misses inside. Pedraza way off the line in right. Lanning giving the line in left as well. The 1-0. Ground ball towards second. Rivera scoops, throws to first, and that ends the inning. A base hit and a hit batsman. 2 men left. Half of an inning has gone by. We have no score. Bottom of the first here on Jacksonville's west side. Gabby Pedraza, John Shiver, TJ Lanning, all 3 outfielders starting things off. Jace Fouché, he allowed a couple of base runners, but nobody to cross the plate. And bottom of the first, no score. Senior Josh Eggert on the mound for Southeastern University, in case you missed those numbers. 1 win, no losses, 1.93 ERA, making his second start and 6th appearance on the mound. Gabby Pedraza at the plate, 0 for 4 in game 1, and he takes the first pitch for a strike. So no balls and a strike, and the pitch. Breaking ball misses down and away, 1-1. And this one is a fastball in the dirt. So Pedraza ahead, 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 is lifted high on the infield. Shortstop Dejan Suber puts it away. 1 out on the pop-up to the shortstop. Attention TBC Eagle Nation. Spring into savings now through April 29th. Students, athletes, parents, alumni, new signees, and fans can now purchase their favorite TBC custom apparel and products at great prices at TBC's Sideline Store. Shiver squares around a bunt, gets it right back to the pitcher, and a throw to first is in time. Good idea, but right back to the pitcher, and Eggert makes the play. Visit www.sidelinestore.com, a great way to shop with special savings while supporting the growth of TBC Eagles athletics. TJ Lanning at the plate. First pitch is a breaking ball, called strike 1. Use a promo code capital APR 2017 for your order. You'll save 20% on any order over $80 with that code. Breaking ball, 1 strike. That's APR, all capital letters, APR 2017. Fouled off to the right side, landing down, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pick your product, pick your color, add your logo, and your order comes right to your door. It's 24/7 at sidelinestores.com. 1-2, 2 outs. The pitch, fastball misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So even though the season will end soon, savings continuing through the end of the month. The 2-2. Fastball misses outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The 3-2. Low and inside, ball 4. Lanning draws a 2-out walk, and the Eagles have a runner at first with 2 outs. Richard Ruth at the plate. 2 for 3, homered, singled, walked in game 1, drove in a couple of runs. And the pitch is a breaking ball outside. Ruth hit one into the wind, and it still went a long way down that right field line. 340 down each line, 400 in center, a major league size ballpark. About 370 in the gaps. And a high fly ball, shallow left field. It's going to drop for a hit. Lanning trying to go to third, and he is hustling in all the way. And Richard Ruth on the throw moves into scoring position. Just like Patoy did in the top half of the inning, Richard Ruth found that Bermuda Triangle and got himself a base hit. Lanning hustling hard. He goes to third, never hesitated, and Ruth on the throw is on at second base. So a single, advancing the runner, taking second on the throw. Jeremy Rivera at the plate with a chance to put his team on the board. Jeremy 1 for 4. He doubled and scored in the 6th inning in game number 1. Outside, ball 1 on a fastball. 2 on, 2 out. Big gap in right center, and Rivera behind or ahead 1-0 and takes this one for a strike. Good take. Ahead in the count, he's looking for a fastball he can hit hard. So a ball and a strike. And the 1-1 from Eggert. Curveball, tapped foul. 1-2 now the count on Rivera. If he can keep it alive, Kevin Rivera will be next. Lanning walked. Ruth singled. Both came with 2 outs. The 1-2. Line drive headed toward the gap, but it's going to slice over. It had a lot of slice to it and right into the glove of Luke Mayer. Rivera hit that ball very hard. Had a little spin on it, and Mayer was able to track it down. That retires a sign, a base hit, a walk, and 2 men left. After 1, we have no score. No score after one. Hitters 6, 7, and 8 due up for Southeastern. Luke Mayer, Dejan Suber, and Jordan Garcia. Talking with Mr. Richard, Dan Richard's father. He's visiting us from Minnesota about these balls hit in the first inning. The hard hit balls getting caught for outs and a couple of little bloop dinkers falling in for hits. That's just the way the game works sometimes. Sometimes you can hit the ball just too hard. And that line drive by Jeremy Rivera was hit very hard, but had some slice and tailed right into the glove of the man now at the plate, Luke Mayer. First at bat of the afternoon, he's hitting .263, a home run and 15 RBIs. And the first pitch, breaking ball, catches the corner for a strike. Mayer 15 out of 57 on the season. The 0-1. Chopped toward third and bounces foul. Well, Mr. Richard, hoping you get to see your son on the mound in person. You've seen him on the streaming quite a bit. Got to see him Saturday. Always a pleasure to see your boy on the field. 1 ball, 2 strikes, I agree. He says, I hope we get to see him with a lead, possibly a save situation. Hey, Dan threw some major heat Saturday afternoon. The 1-2, upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wasn't a save because there was a 5-run lead, but he protected that lead. I think he allowed 1 base runner in 2 innings. Shut the door. The 2-2, bounce back on a check swing. Fouché over to first. The underhand toss is in time. So 1 away. Dejan Suber at the plate. In game 1, he was 1 out of 4, but that 1 drove in a run. .277 coming into today's doubleheader. First pitch inside, ball 1. Toronto has taken a 2-0 lead over Boston. They scored twice in the first. Red Sox now batting in the second. A ball and a strike. Detroit 1, Tampa Bay 0. Down in St. Pete. Rays batting in the bottom of the second. Fastball misses low, 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 Mets over the Phillies, bottom of the first. Up at Citi Field. The 2-1. It is a curveball in there for a strike. I still want to say Shea Stadium, even though it's been 8 years since the Mets left that ballpark. New ballpark in Atlanta, scoreless, just underway, Braves and Nationals. Two balls, 2 strikes on Suber, the shortstop. He played second base the first game, moved over this time, and he takes ball 3 downstairs. Base is empty, 1 out. No score, top of the second. The 3-2, a breaking ball hit into the hole and into left field for a base hit. Nice attempt by Alexo. Would not have had the runner Suber, who hustled down the line, and he's pretty fast, so a base hit into left. That's the first hit for the Fire. Runner at first, 1 out. Jordan Garcia at the plate. Garcia 2 walks in 4 trips to the plate in game 1, 0 for 2 officially. White Sox got a run at Yankee Stadium. They're still batting in the top of the third. 1-0 Chicago. Yankees have won 7 straight ball games. Pitch is in the dirt, and it gets by Hall, and that allows Suber into second base. David Hall has been a brick wall back there all afternoon. This one, though, long hop and got away. Wild pitch, and Suber at second. 1 man out. Check that, the Yankees have won 8 in a row. Severino on the mound. trying to make it 9. And the pitch in the dirt, and this one gets away from Hall. And another wild pitch puts the runner at third. Dejan Suber advancing 2 bases on the last 2 pitches. And the Fire have a runner at third with 1 out. In case you missed the announcement earlier today, Pittsburgh's Starlin Marte, 80-game suspension for performance-enhancing drugs. So he's going to be out until July. The 2-0 on the outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike. Milwaukee is at the Cubs coming up in about half an hour. Cubs trying to get off the schneid, 4 in a row. They've lost. Drive into right field, down the line. That is a foul ball. It didn't miss by much. From here it was hard to tell, but called foul. Big break for the Eagles as the wind started to gust while that ball was in mid-flight. It's blowing in, and it might have pushed that ball to the right side of the line. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That certainly would have scored a run, and Garcia had his eye on second base as well. The 2-2 upstairs, full count. So David Hall heading out to the mound. Jace Fuchsia looking good early on. And a couple of wild pitches put the runner at third. 1 man out. Now a full count on Jordan Garcia. Three-two pitch, and this one is fouled back. So, payoff pitch coming once again. Good news for the Braves, Matt Kemp could return to the field Thursday. He's been on the disabled list. It's now a new 10-day disabled list in the majors. 3-2, and this one's fouled straight back. So Garcia battling, got ahead, and picked up a couple of strikes. Run it full, and he's fouled off a couple in a row. 3 straight to be exact. And again, the payoff pitch, a breaking ball, foul ball, number 4 in a row. So if nothing else, Garcia is making the pitcher work. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner at third. And again, the payoff pitch. This one's lined into right field. Pedraza's there to make the catch. And the runner bluffs. He starts it. And a beautiful throw by Pedraza. Ball not hit too deep. And Pedraza made a bullet throw home. And the runner holds. Line drive out to right field. 2 down. Colby Wade makes his first at-bat of the afternoon. He's hitting .333, 2 for 6 on the season. He has driven a run. Backup catcher for Southeastern University, getting a chance here in game number 2. First pitch low and outside for ball 1. Credit Pedraza. He charged in, got all his momentum into the throw. Made a perfect shot right at David Hall. Not much that Suber could do at third. The 1-0, foul tip, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1, and the pitch, a breaking ball, catches the inside corner, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Phillies have put Howie Kendrick on that 10-day disabled list, a A strained right abdomen, I'm trying to say. We'll get it straight. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So a lot of news in the majors this afternoon. The 1-2 is bounced towards short, right at Moose. A long throw to first is in time. A walk and a couple of wild pitches, but the runner holds at third. And after an inning and a half, we have no score. Bottom of the second coming up, Kevin Rivera, Jacob Bellina, Sean Moose leading things off. David Hall would be due up fourth. Good job by Jace Fuchsia to get out of the inning. He gave up a single, and the runner advanced to third with only 1 out. A line drive to right. Pedraza made sure that runner held up at third. And then Fuchsia got the ground ball to retire the side. Kevin Rivera at the plate, leading off here in the bottom of the second, and he takes the first pitch up and away. Rivera was on base twice, with a single and a walk in game 1. He scored both times. That breaking ball makes the count 1-1. 1 out of 3 officially in game 1. This one almost hits him. 2 balls and a strike. Sun's going down, temperature starting to cool off toward the upper 70s. The breeze makes it feel a little cooler. 3-1. But even since we started, that wind has been very inconsistent. 3-1, the pitch, and a fly ball into right field. Mayer drifts over. He's there for out number 1. Every time I see and try to say Mayer, it is spelled and pronounced just like, remember Jeffrey Mayer, 1996, Derek Jeter? Keep wanting to say Jeffrey. So sorry, Luke. My apologies to you for that. Luke Mayer in right field for the Southeastern Fire. Curveball to Jacob Bellina misses for ball 1. Jacob 0 for 2 with a walk and a run in game 1. This one up and behind him. 2 balls, no strikes. Lights have now come on. Not really taking a lot of effect just yet, but they will very soon. The 2-0, swing and a miss, and Bellina gave it a rip. He has some power. We've seen him take it out of this big ballpark before. And a strike called. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two, and a pitch. Downstairs, fills up the count. So far, most of the Eagles hitters have gone deep into the count, making Eggert throw a good number of pitches. And this one is lifted high into center field. Marcus Guzman comes in and makes the catch. 2 down for the shortstop, Sean Moose. Sean is getting his first at-bat of the day. We saw him pitch the 7th inning of Game 1. He allowed a hit, but nothing else. Now swinging the bat here in Game 2, and the first pitch misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 is a fastball right down the middle. Ball and a strike. And a fastball up and away. Two and one the count. And Eggert winds and delivers. Good curveball, misses a little bit outside. That one had a lot of bite. Missed the plate. So 3-1 to Moose. High drive, well hit in the left field, but the wind is going to knock it down. And the catch is made by Jordan Garcia. Moose hit the ball well. All 3 outfielders got to turn that inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Eagles in the second. After 2, no score. No score after 2, and top of the order, Luis Diaz, Kanalu Patoy, and Mike Diacunte due up for Southeastern University. Diaz popped up to the first baseman, Jeremy Rivera, his first time up. Be good to keep this man off the bases. We saw what he can do in Game 1. He also had a triple, and he was flying around the bases. Big rip. Fouled off, no balls and a strike. I went to the dugout to get the lineup for Game 2, and I said, all right, tell Lewis to stop that nonsense on the bases. They told me, nope, he's going to do it again. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball down and away, 2-1. Top of the third, no score. First batter here in the inning. The 2-1. High fly ball into right field. Pedraza over closer to the line. The ball kept drifting on him, but he stayed with it and made the catch. One out, and it brings up the second baseman, Kanalu Patoy. He singled and stole a bag his first time up. And this ball hits the batter in the foot. Patoy will take first base. That is the second man that Fuchsia has hit. And the Fire have a runner at first, one man out. Mike Diacunte at the plate. He flew out to left in the first. One on, one out. Big lead by Patoy. He's on the move. This one pulled into the open hole. A base hit in the right. Patoy on the hit and run will take third base. And great execution by Diacunte. And the runners are at the corners with one out. Hit number 2. And it brings up the designated hitter, Gerald Ceballos. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. So a runner at first, a runner at third, one out. Rivera holding the runner at first. Molina about a step or so in front of the bag at third. Alexo and Kevin Rivera playing back up the middle, hoping to turn 2. Outfield pretty much straight away. And the pitch in the dirt, blocked by Hall. 1 ball, no strikes. Shiver almost directly behind the bag in center field. Outfield not too deep with the wind blowing in. The 1-0. Hot shot and nearly hit Patoy, leading off third base in foul territory. He ducked under it just in time. They can laugh it off now, but that could have been a scary situation. That ball was drilled right at Kanalu Patoy. 1-1. Fuchsia from the stretch, the pitch downstairs, 2 balls and a strike. Cincinnati has just taken a 6-1 lead over Baltimore. Try to see how those runs came in. Game's in the bottom of the second in Cincinnati. 2-1 is fouled straight back. Runner at third is Kanalu Patoy. He was hit by a pitch. Mike Diacunte, a hit and run single to the right side, advanced the runner to third. So runners at the corners, 1 out, 2-2. Here's the pitch in the dirt. Hall blocks it, and it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. Adam Duvall, a grand slam for the Reds. His 4th home run of the year. That came in the bottom of the second and put Cincinnati up 6-1. The Reds are off to a great start. High fly to right field and hooking or slicing out of play. So 3-2 once again. Fuchsia with a long look in, checks the runners. Here's a 3-2, line drive, foul down the right side. So once again, we'll have another payoff pitch. Good battle between pitcher and hitter. Gerald Ceballos at the plate. RBI opportunity. Eagles trying to take that away from him. And another 3-2 coming. Runners going. This one's popped straight up. Belina and Hall. It's going to be Hall, the catcher. It lands foul. Foul ball. And we're going to redo the pitch again. That ball again up in the wind, pushing it around. And Hall had to contend with both his mask and his helmet. And the wind took that ball away from him. It landed foul. So we're going to do it once again. Not only landed foul, it bounced away from the field of play. Remember, it can bounce back fair and be in play. So Ceballos was at first. Diacunte was ready to head to second if that ball did go fair. 3-2 to throw to first. Caught the runner leaning, but he's able to get back in time. And the 3-2, runners going from first, long drive and hooking foul. That one had home run distance, but Ceballos was out in front. So again, it's about 4 or 5 straight pitches that he has fouled off. Ceballos has hit 11 home runs this season. As we said, that one had the distance, but foul. 3-2 again. High fly ball, left field. Lanning charging in. He's going to make the catch. Here's a runner trying to score. It's a great throw to Hall. He is out at the plate. T.J. Lanning, the catch and the throw on the line, and he got the runner by a good 8 to 9 feet. That retires a side, a double play. A hit batsman, and one man left. We go to the bottom of the third. Thanks to Lanning, there is no score. David Hall, the number 9 hitter, leads off for the Eagles here in the bottom of the third. He's followed by Gabby Pedraza and John Shiver. Hall stepping up. He was 1 for 3. He had himself an RBI single in game number 1. First at bat in the nightcap. T.J. Lanning made a catch in left and threw the runner out, trying to tag up and score. And we have no scores. We start the bottom of the third. This first pitch is outside for ball 1. So the Eagles looking very good defensively here in game number 2. High for ball 2. Fastball upstairs. Pedraza, remember, earlier in the ball game, had a similar situation. He held the runner at third with a great throw to the plate. 2 balls and a strike. That came in the top of the second. 2-1. Lined into left field. It is going to be caught on a nice running, sliding catch by Jordan Garcia. David Hall hit the ball very well, but that is out number 1. Garcia hustled, left his feet, made the catch, sliding on the outfield grass. Top of the order, Gabby Pedraza at the plate. Popped up to the shortstop, opening up the ball game for the Eagles. Line drive into right field, down the line. That is a base hit. And Pedraza heading to second. Here comes a throw. It is close, but Pedraza's in there with a double. Gabby Pedraza found room down the right field line. The Fire outfielders have played well off the line all day long, and the Eagles took advantage here in the third. Pedraza, a one-out double. He's in scoring position for John Shiver. John tried to bunt his way aboard in the first, but got it right back to Eggert. Left the mound and made the play. Hit number 2 for the Eagles. Pedraza on second base. 1 out. Eggert will work from the stretch with a runner at second. And the pitch to Shiver is fouled straight back. A good rip by the Eagles center fielder. Third baseman Diaz in on the grass and well off the line. The 0-1. He bunts. This time he has a chance to beat it out. Eggert, though, cannot get there. He had a play, but he fell down as he tried to flip, and Shiver has himself a bunt base hit. Gabby Pedraza takes third, and the Eagles have runners at the corners with 1 out. Shiver can run. Eggert got to the ball pretty quickly, but had a little trouble with his footing as he picked it up. And that's a base hit. TJ Lanning at the plate, runners at the corners. 1 away. Pedraza on third. Shiver leading off first. Diaz not holding a runner at third. Shiver goes. Lanning squares around, and there's no throw. That's a stolen base for Shiver. So Coach John Copeland putting his speed to work. A bunt single and a stolen base. And there are 2 men in scoring position. Lanning has a chance to drive home 1, possibly 2. He walked his first time up. The 1-0 from Eggert is a fastball taken for a strike. One ball, 1 strike. Infield, all 4 positions playing in to cut the run down at the plate. No balls, 2 strikes rather. And this pitch is taken for strike. Nope. It is 1-2. Numbers flashing around on the scoreboard. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Lanning. And this one is outside. Good eye. First base is open. Richard Ruth is on deck. But Eggert has 2 strikes. 2-2 the count. And the pitch outside, and that'll fill up the count. Cincinnati tacked on another run, leading Baltimore 7-1 in the third. Three balls, 2 strikes. Eggert, a long look in. Here's the payoff pitch. Breaking ball fouled off. Good job by Lanning. That ball really had some movement, and Lanning stayed alive. So another payoff pitch coming. And a 3-2 is fouled off once again. So Lanning, after falling behind, has battled back, run the count full. He's making Eggert work. The Eagles have gone deep into the count in most of the at-bats. Trying to cash in on runners at second and third, and one out, and a 3-2. Breaking ball stays outside, and that loads up the bases. Second walk issued by Josh Eggert, and Richard Ruth at the plate. He singled in the first, and he has a chance to do some damage here. Outfield backing up a few steps. Middle infielders playing for the double play. Still in at the corners. Nowhere to put them. Here's the first pitch. It's a strike on the outside corner. One man out. David Hall led off, was robbed of a base hit in left field. Jordan Garcia made that sliding catch. Next three have all reached. And the pitch. Line drive into right field. That is a base hit. Pedraza scores. Shiver around third, but he will hold. The ball not hit very deep, but Trinity Baptist has a 1-0 lead. RBI single for Richard Ruth, first of this game, third on the day. Bases still loaded. Shiver at third, Lanning at second, and Ruth aboard at first. One man out, Jeremy Rivera waiting to step in, but we have a small meeting at the mound. Catcher Colby Wade out to settle down Eggert. And now we're going to have a coach at the mound as well. We mentioned David Hall, robbed of a hit to open the inning. Gabby Pedraza doubled down the right field line. John Shiver had a bunt single to put runners at the corners. He then stole second. T.J. Lanning walked to load the bases, and Richard Ruth, just a moment ago, drove home a run with a single to right. So once we resume, we're going to have bases loaded and one out, and a new pitcher on the mound. So 2 1/3 innings for Josh Eggert. And we'll see who the new man is in just a moment. And the new pitcher appears to be number 30, Chris Coletti. So Coletti coming on in relief of Josh Eggert. And the starter went 2 1/3. He has allowed 1 earned run, but he is responsible for 3 men on base. 3 hits. Walked 2, did not strike out a batter. Chris Coletti making his 8th appearance. He has 1 win, no losses. All appearances in relief, a total of 8 1/3 innings. He has walked 2, struck out 5, no runs allowed, and he's allowed 5 hits. Going to inherit a tough situation. There you see the Eagles base runners heading back out. Shivers at third, Lanning at second, and Ruth at first. Jeremy Rivera at the plate. And Chris Coletti taking over. He's going to have to go to work to get out of this inning. Eagles have hit the ball hard this entire inning. 3 base hits, a walk, and a run. And the pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, the Fire giving Rivera the lines in the outfield. And the pitch downstairs, a fastball. 2 balls, no strikes. Pretty tight on the infield. No big holes to speak about. Rivera, if he makes some good contact, should get at least 1 home. The 2-0, this one's fouled back. 2 balls and a strike. Big opportunity for the Eagles. The 2-1 in the dirt, ball 3, and Rivera in the catbird seat, ahead in the count, 3 balls and a strike. (3-1) in the dirt, ball 4, and that will force in a run. Credit Jeremy Rivera with an RBI. John Shiver scores. TJ Lanning to third, Ruth to second, bases loaded, 1 out. Kevin Rivera started off tonight's ball game with a fly out to right in the second. Bouncing ball, foul over the third base bag, but turned to the left just a little too soon. There's an Eagle at every base. 2 runs are in. Coletti from the stretch. The pitch. Swing and a miss. A good rip by Rivera. Check that. He fouled it back. Just missed, driving the ball well into the outfield. Batter hits the ball straight back like Rivera just did. That means he was on the pitch and just barely missed his mark. Coletti ahead, 0-2, and the pitch inside, and the ball in the dirt, but stays in front of the catcher Wade, so nobody trying to advance. Break for the Fire on that pitch. One ball, 2 strikes. Kevin Rivera digs back in. And a breaking ball just misses. Coletti wanted the call, but he did not get it, and it's 2-2. Two-two pitch. Fly ball to right field. That is going to be caught on another sliding catch. This time the right fielder, Luke Mayer. He just robbed Rivera of an RBI single. So 2 defensive gems by the Fire here in the bottom of the third. Jacob Bellina steps up to the plate. TJ Lanning unable to tag the ball, very shallow, but a terrific catch in right field by Mayer. Bases loaded, 2-man out. Bellina at the plate. He flew out to center his first time up. Coletti with the pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. No balls and a strike to the Eagles' third baseman. And this one fouled straight back, and Bellina just missed it himself. No balls, 2 strikes. Coletti trying to get out of the inning. He inherited a tough situation. He walked Rivera to bring home a run, and he got Kevin Rivera to fly out to right. The pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Crowd has quieted down, giving Bellina a chance to concentrate. The 1-2 fouled off, and Bellina stays alive. So Bellina looking to add to this already 2-run lead. In a hole, 1-2. And the pitch, low and outside, count even at 2-2. Once again, the Fire giving the hitter both lines in the outfield. Third baseman Diaz way off the line. A lot of room to the left side for Bellina. The pitch, swing and a miss. He chased one upstairs, and that retires the side. But a good inning for the Eagles. They get 2 runs, 3 hits, a walk, 2 defensive gems by the Fire to help stem that tide. After 3, Trinity leads 2-0. Marcus Guzman will lead things off for Southeastern here in the top of the 4th. 2-0, the Eagles lead. And my kid's laughing at me as I'm dropping all my stuff. He's a wise guy, but a good one. Guzman 0 for 1, grounded to second his first time up. The pitch, a little bit inside for ball 1. Eagles got 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd. Could have been more if not for 2 sliding catches in the outfield. But credit the Fire with some good defense to get out of the inning. Ball and a strike to Guzman. The 1-1. Breaking ball stays inside. 2 balls and a strike. Guzman, followed by Luke Mayer and Dejan Suber. And a foul tip. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Southeastern won the first game 8-6. The Eagles rallied for 4 runs late in the ball game after falling behind 8-2. Made it a good game, and now they lead 2-0. And now we have a full count on Guzman. This is the number 3 NAIT Big gap in right center. And the pitch, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one. And the pitch squares around a bunt, misses it, and it's 1-2. Mayer looking like he was trying to bunt for a hit. Jeremy Rivera deep at first base, and Mayer appeared to be going that way with that bunt attempt. 2 balls, or rather 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch is in the dirt and blocked by Hall. So the count now even at 2-2. Marcus Guzman leading off. Second base, he singled his way aboard, advanced on a wild pitch. And Fuchsia with the 2-2, a long look back to second. Now the pitch, he wanted that call. Looked good, but ball 3. He took a long look in at the home plate umpire, wanting to know where that pitch was. Little bit inside. So 3-2. And a foul off to the right side. Three balls, 2 strikes. Coming up on 8:30, ball game doubleheader started at 4, so we've been out here quite a while. And the pitch. And again, Jace wondering where that pitch was, and it was called off the outside corner. So, first 2 men aboard. First walk issued by Jace Fuchsia. And Dejan Suber at the plate. He is 1 for 1. So Fuchsia not getting either corner in that last sequence. Now has 2 on and nobody out. And the pitch, square around the bunt, back toward the box. Fuchsia will turn and have to go to first, and it gets away. That's going to allow 1 run to score. Guzman is in, and everybody advances an extra base. That's going to be an error on the pitcher. Guzman scores. Mayer takes third. Suber at second. Credit him with a sacrifice bunt. No RBI, but it is now a 2-1 ball game. He looked to third, looked to second, turned and threw to first, and the ball got away. Jordan Garcia, the left fielder, at the plate. He lined out to the right fielder, Pedraza. That came in the 2nd inning. Nobody out. Runners at second and third. Rivera and Bellina in at the corners. Middle infielders were playing back. They're conceding a run to get the out, and now Kevin Rivera steps forward. Tying run at third. Go-ahead run at second. 1 run is in. Eagles lead 2-1. Outfield, mid-depth, straight away. Wind up and the pitch. And it hits the batter, and that's going to load the bases. Ball hit off the batter, Garcia, then caught a piece of Hall, but everybody seems to be all right. That's the third batter that Fuchsia has hit, and a timeout as Coach Copeland heads out to the mound. There is action in the bullpen. Alex Rollo getting ready. And that is going to be all for Fouché. 3+ innings. He's allowed 1 run. It was, well, at the moment, it is earned. We'll see how things go after the overthrow. At the moment, it is unearned, and that does depend on what happens next. Colby Wade will be the hitter. Alex Rollo taking over. We saw him earlier this afternoon in Game 1. He pitched 1 scoreless inning. He walked a man and struck out a man. He's inheriting a tough situation. Bases loaded, nobody out. 1 run already in. Remember, this is our final broadcast of the 2016 to 2017 school year. Eagles are on the road for their remaining ball games, and then the South Region Tournament next Friday and next Saturday. Voorhees College NAIA competition, and check that mistake. I never saw Dan Richard warming up in the bullpen. It was Rollo. But Richard must have gotten loose earlier and made his way to the dugout. He is the new man on the mound. It is Richard who will inherit the bases loaded and nobody out. Eagles still lead by 1, and Richard's job is to keep it there. He's a hard-throwing right-hander. We've talked about him a couple of times today. Against Ed Waters, 2 scoreless innings. Struck out a few men. Walked 1. That was all he allowed, however. Colby Wade steps up. He grounded to the shortstop to end the 2nd inning. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Again, Jeremy Rivera, Jacob Bellina in at the corners. Kevin Rivera and Moose both playing deep, looking for a double play. The pitch. This one's grounded toward the hole, and it finds its way through for a base hit. That's going to score 1, and now we got to play at second base, and he is back in time. Garcia made too big of a turn, but he was able to scamper back. That is an RBI base hit, a seeing eye single for Wade, and we are tied at 2. Mayer scores. Bases are still loaded and nobody out. Marcus Stump will be the courtesy runner for the catcher, Wade, at first base. Luis Diaz at the plate, and a pitch from Richard, driven very deep but foul down the left field line, and that had grand slam distance. No balls and a strike. 2 runs are in. We are tied at 2. Red Sox and Blue Jays tied at 3 in the top of the 4th. White Sox lead the Yankees 1-0, trying to end that 8-game winning streak by the Yankees. Cincinnati 7, Baltimore 1 in the 3rd. Rays 2, Tigers 1 in the 4th. The 0-1 inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. So the 1-1 to the leadoff man, Luis Diaz. And the pitch in the dirt and blocked by David Hall. 2 balls and a strike. Hall has caught both ends of this doubleheader, and he's made a number of those stops. A few have gotten by. However, he has done a terrific job behind the plate. The 2-1. Strike 2 right down the middle. 2-2. Mets 2, Phillies 1. Mets batting in the bottom of the 3rd. And a 2-2. Ground ball to second. They'll go to second for 1. Moose throw to first. Not. And Moose both playing deep, looking for a double play. The pitch. This one's grounded toward the hole, and it finds its way through for a base hit. That's going to score 1, and now we got to play at second base, and he is back in time. Garcia made too big of a turn, but he was able to scamper back. That is an RBI base hit, a seeing eye single for Wade, and we are tied at 2. Mayer scores. Bases are still loaded and nobody out. Marcus Stump will be the courtesy runner for the catcher Wade at first base. Luis Diaz at the plate, and a pitch from Richard, driven very deep but foul down the left field line, and that had grand slam distance. No balls and a strike. 2 runs are in. We are tied at 2. Red Sox and Blue Jays tied at 3 in the top of the 4th. White Sox lead the Yankees 1-0, trying to end that 8-game winning streak by the Yankees. Cincinnati 7, Baltimore 1 in the 3rd. Rays 2, Tigers 1 in the 4th. The 0-1 inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. So the 1-1 to the leadoff man, Luis Diaz. And the pitch in the dirt and blocked by David Hall. 2 balls and a strike. Hall has caught both ends of this doubleheader, and he's made a number of those stops. A few have gotten by. However, he has done a terrific job behind the plate. The 2-1. Strike 2 right down the middle. 2-2. Mets 2, Phillies 1. Mets batting in the bottom of the 3rd. And a 2-2. Ground ball to second. They'll go to second for 1. Moose throw to first. Not. The 1-2. High fly out of play. Milwaukee got 3 in the 1st, leading the Cubs 3-0. Nationals and Braves scoreless after 3. Richard with the 1-2. Ground ball, base hit into right field. That's going to score 1. Here's a runner around third. He will hold up. Garcia scores on the RBI single from Petroy. Diaz to third, and it is 4-2. Close the book now on Jace Fuchsia. 3+ innings. Four runs, 3 of them earned. Mike Diacunte at the plate. He is 1 out of 2. 1 out, runners at the corners. Angels lead Houston 1-0. Middle of the second inning. Fastball misses outside, ball 1. Cardinals 1, Pirates 0. Pittsburgh batting in the second at St. Louis. One ball, no strikes. The pitch, runner going, line drive into left. TJ Lanning's right there. Here's a runner trying to score. Throw to the plate is in time, and that's a second runner that Lanning has cut down at the plate. TJ Lanning once again makes the catch, fires home on the fly, a bullet right to David Hall, who applies the tag, and that retires a side. Good inning for the Fire, though. They pick up 4 runs, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. 4-2 Southeastern. Four-2 now in favor of Southeastern University. Sean Moose, David Hall, Gabby Pedraza, 8-9-1 due up for the Eagles. Trinity started the scoring with 2 in the bottom of the 3rd. Southeastern picked up 4 in the 4th. Sean Moose leading things off. High fly ball out of play to the left side. Moose is 0 for 1. He flew out to left his only time up. Giants at Kansas City, scoreless in the 2nd. Later tonight, Texas at Oakland, Arizona at San Diego, Rockies at the Dodgers, and the Marlins at the Mariners. The 0-1 is fouled off. No balls, 2 strikes. Chris Coletti on in relief of Josh Eggert. Coletti starting his first full inning of work. He's pitched 2/3 of an inning so far tonight. And the 0-2 fouled off, and we'll do it once again. No balls, 2 strikes. Sean Moose leading off here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. First strikeout for Coletti. 1 out, bases empty for David Hall. He was robbed of a base hit. Sliding catch in left field by Jordan Garcia. That was the inning the Eagles put 2 on the board. There were 2 of those sliding catches out there, or Trinity might have had a few more. Good breaking ball by Coletti. No balls and a strike. Time called. And everybody's ready. And a pitch from Coletti, a good curveball, breaks back over the corner. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 coming from Coletti, a fastball up high. And in case you missed it earlier, we'll let you know the remaining schedule for the Fire after this pitch. And time is called. Southeastern will host Weber International University this Friday and Saturday. The 1-2, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Second in a row for Chris Coletti. 2 outs, bases empty. Gabby Pedraza, top of the order. Doubled and scored in the second. Friday's game against Weber, 6 o'clock, 1 game. Twin bill on Saturday beginning at noon. That's a home game, both of those for the Fire. Then Southeastern will end the regular season at Edward Waters College on April 26th with a doubleheader against the Tigers. 1 ball, 1 strike. Postseason for the Sun Conference begins on May 5th. Trinity heading to Voorhees College next Friday and Saturday. The 1-1. Ground ball hard toward the second baseman. A funny hop, but Petoy is there to make the play. He stayed with it and got the out at first. Bellina hit it hard, but Eagles go down in order in the 4th. After 4, 4-2 Southeastern leads. Dan Richard on the mound for Trinity Baptist College. He came in last inning, was able to get out of the inning, but Southeastern put 4 on the board. So Richard starting his 2nd inning of work. He was credited with a full inning. That came in the 4th. Hitters 4, 5, and 6 due up for Southeastern. Gerald Sabias, Marcus Guzman, and Luke Mayer. TJ Lanning has thrown 2 runners out at the plate from left field. Both of those were inning-ending double plays on the catch and the throw. We've seen some defense in the outfield from both teams making spectacular plays. Remember, Pedraza held the runner at third with a similar type of play from right field. He was able to keep a run from scoring. That was in the 2nd inning. And some sliding catches by the Fire corner outfielders. And the first pitch from Richard, a hard fastball that misses outside. So 1 ball, no strikes, just underway here in the 5th. On the inside corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one. Richard from the stretch and the pitch. This one dips down a little too early. 2 balls and a strike. Good movement, but it missed. 2-1. Ground ball right back to Richard, who snares it and makes the play. Look what I found, Dad. Hot shot off the bat of Ceballos, and Richard, you want to talk about a snare, and he got the out at first. Marcus Guzman at the plate. He led off that 4-run rally with a base hit in the 4th. So 1 out. Eagles flashing the leather and the arms here in game number 2. And a pitch. Just a bit outside, 1 ball, no strikes. And this is our final broadcast. Very glad you're able to join us. TBCEagles.com live stream. And a pitch in there for a strike. We'll be back next fall when the men and the women's soccer teams and the women's volleyball team get back into action. A new men's soccer coach, Mr. Bill Brindley, on his way to Columbia International. He's already there. There's a line drive headed toward the left field corner. That's a fair ball. Guzman on his way to second, and he will pull up with a stand-up double. Well hit right down the line, and it stayed fair, and now the Fire have a runner at second with 1 man out. Right fielder Luke Mayer at the plate. He walked and scored his last time up. Nothing out of 1 officially. We wish Bill Brindley all the best at Columbia International University, and Ellie Jean, who was the assistant men's soccer coach, will take the helm this coming fall. And a pitch, a swing and a miss. Luke Mayer down in the count, no balls and a strike. Of course, Bill's wife Kelly was the women's volleyball coach. No balls and a strike. And a pitch. Fastball on the corner. It's 0-2. Well, we hope to bring you every home game possible in all sports once again next school year here on TBCEagles.com. The pitch just misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Guzman took a few steps as if he was about to try to steal third, but he held up. And it's 1-2 on Mayer. Long look back by Richard. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 2 down in the inning. First strikeout for Dan Richard. And DeJohn Suber at the plate. He laid down a sac bunt, reached on a throwing error, ended up scoring a run. Three out of those 4 runs earned, 1 unearned. And the first pitch from Richard is in there for a strike. Richard throwing hard here in the 5th. Looking ahead to the bottom half, John Shiver will lead off. John Shiver, TJ Lanning, and Richard Ruth are the first three scheduled hitters for the Eagles as we go to the bottom of the fifth. It's a 4-2 Southeastern lead. The Fire won the first game 8-6. Eagles had a lead earlier in this ball game, 2-0, but Southeastern battled back with a 4-run fourth. That's where we stand right now as Shiver steps up. He reached on a bunt single his last time up, came around to score the second Eagles run. And the first pitch is just a little outside for ball one. Chris Coletti still on the mound. He relieved Josh Eggert a couple of innings ago. Swing and a miss, 1 ball, 1 strike. Eggert went 2 1/3. 1 2/3 so far for Coletti, and this one foul back. So he's ahead of Shiver, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Coletti winds and delivers the 1-2. Fouled off, and the count remains a ball and 2 strikes. John Shiver, the current NCCAA Baseball Player of the Week. The 1-2, breaking ball, misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 1-2, bounce toward the hole, and it takes a hop right toward the first baseman, Diacunte, and he's able to flip the ball to Coletti, covering for the out. (3-1) on the putout, 1 man away. Ball is headed toward the hole, and it took a right turn right into the glove of Diacunte. So 1 out, TJ Lanning at the plate. He has walked twice. Breaking ball misses outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Red Sox and Blue Jays tied at 3 in the 4th. Line drive, base hit into center field for Lanning. So the Eagles have a runner aboard with 1 man out. Richard Ruth at the plate. He is 2 for 2. He's driven in a run. Remember, he had a 2-run shot in the first game. So Ruth has swung the bat very well all day long. Cincinnati all over Baltimore, 9-1 in the 4th. And the pitch. Fastball outside, ball 1. Lanning at first. Moderate lead. Diacunte holding him aboard. And the 1-0 from Coletti. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Adam Duvall, grand slam for the Reds. They lead Baltimore 4-1. 9-1. And a throw to first. Runner is back. The 2-0 instead to throw to first. Lanning getting another step off on his lead. And Coletti with the 2-0. Down and away, 3 balls, no strikes. Tampa Bay 2, Detroit 1. Rays batting in the bottom of the 5th. Mets lead the Phillies 2-1 in the 4th. 3-0 to Ruth. Throw to first. Runner is back. Braves and Nationals, no score. Top of the 4th. Nationals threatening with 2 on and 1 out. 3-0 is taken outside, ball 4, and 2 men are aboard. TJ Lanning heads over to second. Ruth to first. Second walk from Coletti. Jeremy Rivera at the plate. Cubs batting in the bottom of the second, trailing Milwaukee 3-0. Cubs have lost 4 in a row. Timeout as we have a trip to the mound. There is action in the Southeastern bullpen. And we'll see what the coach has in mind. Cleveland 3, Minnesota 1. Twins batting in the bottom of the first. The Indians got 3 in the top half. Now 3-2 as the Twins have just scored a run. Grossman, an RBI double to make it 3-2. Jeremy Rivera steps up, 2 on and 1 out. Eagles trail 4-2. Rivera has lined out to right, and he drew a bases-loaded walk to bring home a run in the second. First pitch, breaking ball misses outside. Rivera a chance to bring the Eagles a little closer. Possibly tie the game. Lanning can run. He's aboard at first. And the pitch fouled back. Check that, Richard at second. Richard Ruth at first. Lanning at second. 1 ball, 1 strike to Rivera. Most of these Eagles runners, though, very good speed. A lot of room in the right center field gap. And again, both lines wide open for Jeremy Rivera. Coletti with the 1-1. In the dirt, and a nice block by Colby Wade. 2 balls and a strike. Astros 2, Angels 1. Third inning at Houston. Astros batting. Still 1-0 Cardinals over the Pirates. That game in the third. Long look from Coletti. Now the 2-1. Fastball in there for strike 2. Kevin Rivera waiting on deck. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch in the dirt. Another block by Wade, keeping the runners where they are. Full count. Three balls, 2 strikes. Right side of the infield, wide open as well. Ground ball through the hole would score a run. The pitch in the dirt, that's ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Good at bat by Jeremy Rivera after falling behind. He came back and drew the walk. TJ Lanning to third, Richard Ruth to second, Jeremy Rivera at first, and that is going to be it for Chris Coletti. So Coletti, total of 2 innings pitched, spread out over 3 innings. He has walked 4 men. Check that, 3. Struck out 2, allowed a base hit. He's going to leave with the bases loaded, all 3 of those his responsibility. And a new pitcher on the mound for Southeastern University. Number 15, senior Brandon Goff, will be the new pitcher. He's going to inherit 3 men on base, 1 man out. Goff making appearance number 16. 15 of those now in relief. He has pitched 26 1/3 innings, 3 wins, no losses, a 2.39 ERA. He's allowed 7 earned runs, 8 total, walked 12 and fanned 26. So Brandon Goff on the mound for the Fire. Kevin Rivera will be the hitter. John Shiver grounded out to open the inning. TJ Lanning singled. Richard Ruth and Jeremy Rivera both walked. And that's where we are here in the bottom of the 5th. 1 out, bases loaded for Kevin Rivera. He has flied out to right field twice. Has a chance to possibly tie up the ball game with a base hit. Lanning and Ruth, good speed aboard. They're in scoring position. We have a pinch runner for Jeremy Rivera. Christian Draper will be the runner for Jeremy Rivera. He represents the potential go-ahead run. This is an official pinch running appearance for Draper. We saw him as a courtesy runner in game number 1. So Rivera at the plate. Kevin, that is. Bases loaded, 1 man out. Chance to possibly tie up the ball game. The first pitch is up and away, ball 1. Brandon Goff in relief of Chris Coletti. Josh Eggert started for Southeastern. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. Good fastball in there for strike 1. Yankees batting in the bottom of the 9th, trailing Chicago 4-0. 8-game winning streak in jeopardy. The 1-1, high drive but foul down the right side. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Rivera looking to pull his team a little closer. And here's the 1-2, swing and a miss. He is out on strikes. Two down for Jacob Belina. He is 0 for 2, a fly out and a strikeout. Opportunity for the Eagles, but now they have 2 outs. And the first pitch to Belina, ground ball up the middle, but that's going to be cut off, and a very quick flip to second base. Nice play by Suber to retire the side. Eagles load the bases but do not score. After 5, Southeastern leads 4-2. Top of the sixth, Southeastern has 8, 9, and 1 coming up to the plate. Jordan Garcia, Colby Wade, and Luis Diaz. Dan Richard about to start his third inning of work. Had a scoreless fifth, came in the fourth. And he's about to start things off here in the top of the sixth. Jordan Garcia, the leadoff hitter. He is nothing out of one, hit by a pitch and scored a run in the fourth. 4-2 in favor of the Fire. Jeremy Rivera has re-entered at first base. He came out for the pinch runner Christian Draper. He has re-entered. And this pitch is down and in for ball one. Eagles loaded up the bases with one out. Could not get the run across. And the pitch inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Richard is ready from the stretch. The 2-0. Down the middle, 2 balls and a strike. Two one coming from Richard. Three balls and a strike. And Richard delivers the 3-1. It is chopped foul off the foot of the hitter. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jordan Garcia at the plate. Yankees have a couple of men on, 1 out, bottom of the 9th, trailing by 4. Baltimore's pulled a little closer, 9-3 in favor of the Reds in the 6th. Three balls, 2 strikes. The pitch is outside, ball 4. Lead-off walk, and it brings up Colby Wade. He is 1 for 2. He drove in a run with a base hit in the 4th. Runner at first, nobody out. Richard's first pitch is outside. David Hall has been a workhorse behind the plate, catching both ends of the doubleheader. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch is outside, ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Garcia, good lead off first, and the pitch in there. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1. Richard takes a long look in, checks the runner. Now delivers. Chopped foul. Evens up the count at 2-2. Matt Holliday is now batting with the bases loaded, representing a tying run up at Yankee Stadium. 1 out, bottom of the 9th. Right here, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes on the hitter, Colby Wade. And the pitch is outside, and that's a full count. Eagles bullpen quiet, so this belongs to Dan Richard at the moment. 3-2, the payoff pitch. Runners going, swing and a miss. Strike three. Throw down is not in time into center field. And Garcia is going to move on into third. Stolen base and an error on the catcher, allowing the runner to take third. Richard gets the strikeout, one away, and it brings up the top of the order, Luis Diaz. Runner at third, one out. Diaz at the plate. 0 for 3, but he brought home a run with a fielder's choice. He also stole a base in the fourth. Had a couple of hits in game one. First pitch is changeup in there for a strike. So no balls and a strike. Pitoy waiting on deck. The 0-1 in the dirt. Good block by David Hall. Catching is hard enough, but when you're going both ends of a doubleheader, that's at least 14 innings in college baseball. 1-1, the pitch gets away from Hall, and here comes Garcia, and he will score. So a pass ball, 2 balls and a strike. Bases are empty. One man out, Diaz the hitter. And the 2-1 misses outside, ball 3. Three balls and a strike to Diaz. 1 run in. It's a 5-2 Southeastern lead. One hopper hard towards Moose. Fields and throws in time. 2 down. Diaz hit the ball hard, but right at Sean Moose, who made the play. Kanalu Pitoy now hitting. Brought home a run in the fourth. It's also been hit by a pitch and singled earlier, so 2 for 2, a good game, and a ground ball right back at Richard, and just like he did last time, he makes the snare and gets the out at first. 1 run, no hits, 1 walk, nobody left. Bottom of the 6th, Southeastern leads 5-2. Baltimore has pulled a little closer, 9-3 in favor of the Reds in the 6th. Three balls, 2 strikes. The pitch is outside, ball 4. Lead off walk, and it brings up Colby Wade. He is 1 for 2. He drove in a run with a base hit in the 4th. Runner at first, nobody out. Richard's first pitch is outside. David Hall has been a workhorse behind the plate, catching both ends of the doubleheader. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch is outside, ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Garcia, good lead off first, and the pitch in there. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1. Richard takes a long look in, checks the runner. Now delivers. Chopped foul. Evens up the count at 2-2. Matt Holliday is now batting with the bases loaded, representing a tying run up at Yankee Stadium. 1 out, bottom of the 9th. Right here, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes on the hitter, Colby Wade. And the pitch is outside, and that's a full count. Eagles bullpen quiet, so this belongs to Dan Richard at the moment. 3-2, the payoff pitch. Runners going, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Throw down is not in time into center field. And Garcia is going to move on into third. Stolen base and an error on the catcher, allowing the runner to take third. Richard gets the strikeout, 1 away, and it brings up the top of the order, Luis Diaz. Runner at third, 1 out. Diaz at the plate. 0 for 3, but he brought home a run with a fielder's choice. He also stole a base in the 4th. Had a couple of hits in game 1. First pitch is changeup in there for a strike. So no balls and a strike. Pitoy waiting on deck. The 0-1 in the dirt. Good block by David Hall. Catching is hard enough, but when you're going both ends of a doubleheader, that's at least 14 innings in college baseball. 1-1, the pitch gets away from Hall, and here comes Garcia, and he will score. So a pass ball. 2 balls and a strike. Bases are empty. 1 man out. Diaz, the hitter. And the 2-1 misses outside, ball 3. Three balls and a strike to Diaz. 1 run in. It's a 5-2 Southeastern lead. One hopper hard towards Moose. Fields and throws in time. 2 down. Diaz hit the ball hard, but right at Sean Moose, who made the play. Kanalu Pitoy now hitting. Brought home a run in the 4th. Also been hit by a pitch and singled earlier, so 2 for 2, a good game, and a ground ball right back at Richard, and just like he did last time, He makes the snare and gets the out at first. 1 run, no hits, 1 walk, nobody left. Bottom of the 6th. Southeastern leads 5-2. Bottom of the 6th, 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Eagles. Sean Moose, David Hall, Gabby Pedraza. Ray Bureau bringing you the action. Dean Bureau working our camera. There you see Brandon Goff on the mound for Southeastern. The 3rd fire pitcher of game number 2. Josh Eggert started. Chris Coletti, he came in relief, and he stands to be the winner if the score holds up. Sean Moose at the plate leading things off. He is 0 for 2. And the pitch is in there for a strike. The 0-1 coming from Goff. Fastball, no balls, 2 strikes. So Moose down in the count, 0-2. And the pitch, swing and a miss. He's out on strikes. Actually foul tipped it into the mitt. Wade held on. So 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th, and David Hall at the plate. First pitch coming from Goff. Misses down and away for ball 1. Long look in. Goff now ready. Time called. And he went ahead and made the pitch. Time was called, so that one will not count. It's 1 ball, no strikes. One ball, 1 strike. David Hall digs back in, 1-1. And the pitch right down the middle for strike 2. Goff another long look in, and Hall steps out. Now everybody's ready. And the 1-2 pitch just misses outside, 2-2. Trinity got 2 runs in the 3rd. Southeastern came back with 4 in the 4th, and they added 1 on in the 6th. 5-2 Fire lead. 2-2 the pitch. High pop foul, out of play. So 2 balls, 2 strikes coming once again. 2-2 coming from Brandon Goff, and the pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Goff has gotten the first two men here in the sixth. Gabby Pedraza steps up. He is 1 out of 3, a double and a run scored. Two outs, bases empty for Pedraza. And a pitch hit hard into the hole and a base hit into right. Second hit of game number 2 for Pedraza. He is aboard with 2 outs, and it brings up the center fielder, John Shiver. 1 out of 3 is Shiver. That's the first hit off of Brandon Goff. Well, the Yankees' winning streak ends at 8. They fell to the White Sox 4-0. Shiver digs in for the first pitch. Outside, ball 1. Red Sox have taken a 6-4 lead over Toronto. That ball game in the 6th. Cincinnati still leading 9-3 over Baltimore. Bottom of the 6th. Throw to first, a close play, and he is back just in time. Pedraza had a big lead, flinched a little towards second on that move by Goff, and Goff nearly got him. 1 ball, no strikes. Shiver at the plate. Another throw to first. This one gets away, and Pedraza will get up. He stumbles, but he's able to reach second. He takes a big turn, but he holds up there. So that'll be an error on the pitcher, Goff, allowing the runner to advance to second. You wonder if Pedraza had kept his footing on his way to second, would he have tried for 3? Took a big turn around second. Trailing by 3, though. You don't want to take too many chances. 1 ball, no strikes to Shiver. The gap is in left center, and again, both lines wide open. Fire played off the lines all night. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tampa Bay 3, Detroit 1. Ball game in the 7th. Mets 2-1 over Philadelphia, also in the 7th. The 1-1. Goff takes a long look back at second, and the pitch is fouled off. Makes the count 1-2. Nationals lead the Braves 2-0 in the 6th. 6-4 Milwaukee over the Cubs. 4th inning at Wrigley Field. The 1-2. High pop foul, out of play. Brewers led 5-0 at one point, but Kyle Schwarber has a 2-run homer. Orlando Arcia added a home run to put Milwaukee up 6-2 at that point. Miguel Montero has hit a home run. It's now 6-4. 1-2, 2 outs. Runner at second, and the pitch in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wind must be blowing out at Wrigley Field tonight. Indians 3-2 over Minnesota in the 2nd. 2-2 to Shiver. And the pitch up and away. That fills up the count. Eagles need another base runner to get the potential tying run to the plate. TJ Lanning waiting on deck. Payoff pitch coming to Shiver. Goff taking his time on the mound. Now he's ready, and the pitch, high drive, well hit in the left field, but it's going to stay up and allow the left fielder to get under it. That's Garcia making the play. Shiver hit it pretty well, but nothing to show for it. Eagles get a hit, leave a man at second. 7th inning coming up. Southeastern leads 5-2. Top of the 7th, final scheduled inning of this doubleheader, unless the Eagles can come back and tie it. Dan Richards still on the mound. Mike Diacunte, Gerald Ceballos, Marcus Guzman due up for Southeastern. Richard has gone 3 innings, no runs attributed to him. And the first pitch of the 7th, low and outside, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Diacunte, 1 hit in 3 trips. That's his game 2 performance. He put one over the right field fence in the opener. Last time up, he lined into a 7-2 double play. TJ Lanning threw out the second runner of the night at the plate. He did that twice, and this one is low and outside. Diacunte showed bunt, pulled it back in time. Two balls, 1 strike. Wide open stance, and the pitch in there for strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Richard is ready. Here's the pitch. Chopper toward first. High hop to Jeremy Rivera. He steps on the bag. 1 away. Richard has done a very nice job tonight. He came in the 4th with the bases loaded and nobody out. Couple of runs scored, but Richard was able to get out of the inning. He has then pitched 2 innings of 1-run ball since then. And here in his 4th inning of work. And a pitch, swing and a miss. So 1 of the runs attributed to Dan Richard. The 0-1 is chop foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Once again, we want to thank everybody for all your support all season long and all year long. We'll be looking for you again next fall as we head to the soccer field and the volleyball court Trinity Baptist College Athletics. Ray Bureau always enjoying bringing you the action. Dean doing another terrific job on the camera for us tonight. We want to thank Athletic Director John Jones for allowing this to happen. Of course, Tatch Bolliard, a game day coordinator. He's not here tonight, but he has done a masterful job making sure everything is in its place every time we take the field. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We've had many people helping on the stats and the scoreboards. 1 ball, 2 strikes after the foul ball. Alexa Goodwin, Paige Hood, Clayton McDaniel on the basketball court, Josh O'Hara, many more. Camera work as well. And a ground ball, backhanded by Moose. Picks it up, throws to first, not in time. Hustle by Ceballos and an infield single puts the Fire with a runner at first and 1 man out. Moose made a very nice play with the backhand. Made a good throw, but the hustle all the way turned into an infield hit. And of course, as we said earlier, if you're not watching, there's no reason for us to do this. So we thank you, the viewers, most of all. Hope to see you a lot next school year. And the pitch in there for a strike. Richard ahead, 0-1. Marcus Guzman at the plate. He's 2 for 3 with a run scored. Foul ball, no balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first, Gerald Ceballos, an infield hit. 1 out. Richard ahead, 0-2. On Guzman, the pitch is grounded into the hole, a base hit into left. So the Fire now with 2 men aboard and 1 out. Ball hit right between Bellina and Moose. Clean single into left. Luke Mayer at the plate. He is 0 for 2, but he has walked and scored. Well, check that, a pinch hitter now coming up for Mayer. Number 24, Aaron Sheeks, making his first appearance of the day. Sheeks is hitting .250, 6 out of 24, 2 runs driven in. So a new batter in the box. He has 2 men on with 1 out. And Richard's first pitch is a fastball for a strike. In the bottom half of the 7th, TJ Lanning will lead things off. Richard Ruth and Jeremy Rivera will follow. The 0-1 misses down low, ball 1. One ball, 1 strike. The pitch. High pop fly right near the backstop and just out of reach and into the bleachers. 1-2. Fire fans scattering. Ball landed about 2 feet in front of the bleachers, bounded high off the ground. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Richard delivers outside, ball 2. So the 1-2 from Richard. Inside. Check that, it was 2-2. The count now full. So 3-2, 1 out, 2 men on. And a payoff pitch, swing, and a foul tip into the mitt for strike 3. So 2 down. And that is strikeout number 4 for Richard. Dejan Suber, the scheduled hitter. He steps up with a base hit, sac bunt, and a strikeout. So 1 out of 2 officially, and the pitch is knocked right back to Richard. He knocks it down, throw to first, not made, and that is an infield hit for Suber. Richard now has had 3 balls hit very hard right at him. This time he could not hang on, and that's a base hit for Suber. The ball got all glove. That's a good sign. Richard's okay. Ball hit very hard by Suber. Bases loaded, 2 men out. Jordan Garcia at the plate. He has scored twice. Hit by a pitch and a walk both times to get on base. So 0 for 1 officially, but 2 runs scored. And the pitch. High pop fly, and that's going to reach the bleachers. So no balls and a strike. And now we're ready with the 0-1. High pop foul again, same area, and it's 0-2. Bases loaded, Garcia at the plate. There are 2 men out. Fire lead 5-2. Remember, this is the number 3 team in NAIA competition, and this one's down in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Eagles have played them tough tonight. 2-run game in the first, 3-run game here in the second. Trinity had the lead for a while. Southeastern came back and have scored 5 unanswered runs. One ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch from Richard. Line drive over the head of Rivera. Base hit, 1 run is in. Here comes another. He will score, and a throw goes to third, and everybody's safe. Jordan Garcia drives home 2. Ceballos and Guzman come around, and it's now 7-2. Suber makes his way around to third, so runners at the corners with 2 outs. Not hit all that hard, but just out of reach of Jeremy Rivera. Good enough to score 2. Colby Wade at the plate. And there are 2 outs. Suber at third, Garcia at second. And a first pitch downstairs for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. And Richard delivers on the corner for strike 1. Well, it's been a very good school year for TBC athletics. Had the men's soccer team finish third in the nation. Made it to the national semifinal. And the pitch, or quarterfinal rather, and the throw down to second is not in time. Garcia steals second base. Yes, that was the national semifinal. Eagles ranked number 3. Women's soccer had a winning season in just their second in existence. Got their first postseason win in school history. 10-4. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Basketball team went into the South Region final. Won a playoff game as well. Winning season for Eagles basketball. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Dan Richard, but the Fire put 2 more runs on the board. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 7-2. Southeastern leads. Oscar Sandoval making his second appearance of the night. We saw him in game number 1, and he's on the mound to try to finish this one off for Southeastern University. The Fire looking to sweep the doubleheader. They won game 1 8-6. They lead 7-2 here in the bottom of the 7th. TJ Lanning will lead things, followed by Richard Ruth and Jeremy Rivera. 7-12-1 for the Fire. 2-5-2 for the Eagles. We were saying before the break there, good school year for TBC Eagles athletics. And we look forward to a lot more in all the sports in the 2017-18 year. Lanning stepping up. He has walked twice and singled, so 1 for 1 officially, but he's been on base 3 times here in game number 2. So Lanning steps up. Eagles need some base runners. Chris Coletti, the pitcher of record for Southeastern, and the pitch. First pitch hits Lanning, and he is aboard. Josh Eggert started, did not go the required 4 innings to qualify for the win, so it would go to Coletti. Richard Ruth at the plate with a runner at first and nobody out. Ruth is 2 for 2 with an RBI here in game number 2. Lanning leading off first, and the first pitch is fouled off. No balls and a strike. course, the Eagles baseball team, just its third year in existence, showing improvement each year. Looking to break out for too long. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. Head coach John Copeland, joined by former Eagles catcher Cody Ragland and former Major League coach Xavier German joined the staff this year. Good things in the baseball program's near future. And the 0-2 is downstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Eagles team has beaten some very good NAIA teams this year. Thomas University picked up a win against Ed Waters this past weekend. And the 1-2. The pitch, swing and a miss, and he is out on strikes. Eagles have played a very tough schedule this season, mostly NAIA competition, a couple of NCAA Division II teams in there as well. And the NCCAA teams they've faced, they're getting better and better every year as well. And the pitch on the corner, Jeremy Rivera at the plate. He drove in a run with a bases loaded walk in the third. He has walked twice and lined hard to right. The 0-1 and the pitch in the dirt. It gets away, and Lanning is on his way to second. So a wild pitch puts Lanning at second. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jeremy Rivera. One out, bottom of the 7th. And a pitch to Rivera. Chopper towards second. A true hop right at Pittoy, and an easy play to first for out number 2. Kevin Rivera steps up to the plate. He is 0 for 3. Lanning advances to third. And the Eagles are down to their last out. Sandoval from the windup with a runner at third, and first pitch is in there for a strike. Angels 5, Astros 2 in the 5th, Cardinals 2, Pirates 1 in the 7th, Royals 1-0 over the Giants in the 6th. Brewers now lead the Cubs 7-4. That game in the 6th. The 0-1 to Rivera. Slapped foul and out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Kevin Rivera digging in. Sandoval wind up. And he'll deliver the 0-2. Outside, ball 1. Indians 7-3 over the Twins in the 5th. Rays 4, Tigers 1 in the 7th. Mets lead Phillies 2-1 in the 8th. One ball, 2 strikes. Sandoval delivers outside. It's 2-2. Reds 9, Orioles 3 in the 8th. Red Sox 7-4 over Toronto in the 7th. The 2-2 on its way. Fouled off. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Eagles heading up to Denmark, South Carolina next weekend to close out the regular season. Three-game series at Voorhees College. The 2-2 ground ball into right field for a base hit. TJ Lanning scores. And the Eagles are still alive here in the seventh. RBI single for Kevin Rivera. It's 7-3. Jacob Molina at the plate. 2 outs, runner at first. Oh, the lights have gone out. And we'll have to see what's going on here. The lights just flickered and went out, and everybody's clearing the field. Eagles were still alive. Have a runner at first with 2 men out, but we have no lights. Both umpires getting together, seeing what's going on. Of course, the players having a little fun with it. We're not sure if that's going to be it or if the lights are going to come back on. We do not know. We're after 10 p.m. here in Jacksonville, Florida. Players have returned to their spots on the field. Not sure what happened. Could be the lights are on a timer, because right as it hit 10 o'clock, those lights went out. Scoreboard is still lit up. There you see it off in the distance behind the right center field fence, but that's nothing else we can see. We'll give it another minute or so before we know what's going on. Some fans are taking out their phones, trying to shine their phone flashlights onto the field, try to get this game finished. And we want to thank the fans from Southeastern University coming up. One lady told me she's visiting from Miami, Florida. Hope you have a safe trip home. Looks like that's going to do it for this evening. As it stands now, the Fire leads 7-3. Eagles have a base runner at first with 2 outs. But the lights, we're not sure they're going to come back on. Well, we're going to close things out here. We're going to say goodnight one more time and thank everybody once again. There's Mr. Richard, Dan's father, visiting us from Minnesota. Hope you've enjoyed your trip to Jacksonville. Wish you a safe trip home. Well, we've said our thank yous. We'll say our goodbyes. We hope to see you again in the fall. Even if this game is able to continue, it's going to be a while before the lights can come back on. So Dean working the camera. I'm Ray Bureau. We're going to see you next fall. Until then, good night. God bless you from Trinity Baptist College.